In true crime news, you may remember the case of Lindsay Clancy, the Massachusetts nurse who strangled her children with exercise bands. Now her lawyer says she's going to pursue an insanity defense. In January 2023, 32-year-old Clancy allegedly mapped out a restaurant that was farther from home than she normally would and texted her husband to pick up dinner and children's medicine from a local drugstore. When he arrived back at home, Patrick Clancy found an eerily silent house, blood on the floor, and an open window. Lindsay was outside on the ground with cuts to her neck and wrists. She was still conscious and was able to tell him that the kids were in the basement and she had tried to end her own life. Patrick went to the basement as he called 911 and could be heard screaming in shock and agony as he found 5-year-old Cora, 3-year-old Dawson, and 8-month-old Callan face down. The 2 older children were declared dead that day, but the poor baby lived for a few more. Lindsay was paralyzed from her self-inflicted injuries. The assistant DA says Lindsay planned the murders deliberately and with extreme atrocity and is a danger to herself and others. Her lawyer says she was struggling with her mental health due to postpartum depression and was over-medicated. They plan to argue that Lindsay lacked criminal responsibility when she committed the act, i.e., not guilty by reason of insanity. However, one Boston lawyer says it's hard to prove insanity and that jurors are likely to be skeptical of it. But Patrick stands by his wife, saying he wasn't married to a monster, just someone who got sick. Lindsay says it wasn't something she planned, that she heard a voice that told her to kill. The previous month, she went into an inpatient program after experiencing thoughts about ending her life, but discharged herself after only 5 days. There, she was put on her 13th different medication in only 4 months, so that does seem like it could definitely contribute to mood instability. On the other hand, prosecutors say Lindsay only started talking about having symptoms of psychosis when she started meeting with her lawyers. Also, if she did indeed research a faraway restaurant and send her husband there in order to be alone at home, that would indicate premeditation rather than a spontaneous voice commanding her. She says she just wanted to check on traffic to make sure her husband wouldn't get stuck. What's really horrific to me is that prosecutors say it would have taken minutes for each child to stop breathing while being strangled. She let her kids suffer like that for minutes each. Her husband says now that he wishes he would have made her stay in treatment for longer. As of a hearing that took place today, the trial is set to begin on December 1st next year. Some say Lindsay wasn't in her right mind and can't be held responsible for what she did. Others say someone has to pay for the lives of those innocent babies. What do you think? Subscribe to Katie Does Crime on YouTube for more true crime stories.